I've worked with hundreds of women entrepreneurs to help them market their businesses. Behind their businesses, they all have stories to tell. Whether it's battling mommy guilt, starting a business after being fired from a six-figure job, or realizing they needed to pivot and forge an uncharted path, they've all experienced something on their journey to success. I'm one of these women too, and I'm here to share our stories on Bright Girls in Business. What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? I haven't seen y'all in so long. I am Chanelle Yarber of Bright Girl Media, and I'm the host of the Bright Girls in Business show. I am super excited. So I got to calm myself down because I'm like ready to jump out of my seat. I have not been on the podcast and in front of you all for quite some time. It's almost been a year, I think, since I've been live on the air with everybody. And so we're bringing the show back. We have a new set. Y'all see, we got pink lights and things going on, a little razzle dazzle. We got microphones and things going on. And I'm just really excited to be here. And I felt like today, bringing the show back, bringing it back live, and y'all know I love the engagement and the interaction and all that good stuff. I felt it was necessary to kind of kick it off in a new way. And so I know on social media I mentioned that I had a special guest, and I do, but the special guest that's going to be interviewed today is myself. So I have someone here who I highly respect. A good friend of mine. We've known each other about 5 years now. About 5 years now. She's a hometown girl or a home girl from Chicago by way of K3, Kankakee, Illinois. She is an accomplished PR specialist. She has numerous awards. I'm going to let her tell you about, I think, what did you just win? Some award that I've been seeing her all on LinkedIn. She's graced many stages. She's been an MC, a host, reporter, whatever. She's qualified. And so I brought her here because I felt like there was nobody better to help me pull my story out and share my story with you than the most accomplished Miss Tiara M. Tucker.
Thank you. And shout out to you, looking good. And I'm excited to be here. I'm excited and honored to be here with you.
Well, I'm excited too, because like I said, I was thinking, I'm like, who can I get that's going to interview me and really pull my story out? It's somebody that I feel comfortable with, right? Mm-hmm. That I could just sit across the table from, chop it up with, no holds barred. And I don't have to worry about you trying to, ramsack me on the air.
Oh, no, baby. No.
You're not going to do you watch The Chi?
No, I don't.
Oh, my God. Well, it's one of the characters on The Chi. Papa has a podcast called Papa's Pulpit. And he gets people on there, and he'll just, start ramsacking them. And he's lost a couple friends here and there because
I won't
of his...
do you like that.
Okay, well... As long as we keep it above board. But I'm going to keep it a buck with you and everybody here that's watching as well. I'm just excited. So I'm going to let you take over my platform today.
Ah, man, this is an honor. First of all, again, everybody out there, just shout out Miss Chanelle doing your thing. So to actually hold the mic and introduce you, that's good. A good time.
Oh, thank you.
So first of all, let's take a step back, right? We're on your podcast. Mm-hmm. So for those who know you, I want you to reintroduce yourself. For those who don't know you, let the world know. Who is Miss Chanelle?
All right. I feel like I should drop a beat.
Drop a beat.
Allow me to reintroduce.
Yes.
So I am so many things. And it's funny because I've been asked this recently. I just started a new job. We'll get into that. And that's what that was one of the questions is, who are you? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know me. I'm a daughter. I don't put that out there first all the time. Mm-hmm. But I want to say that today because I honor my parents. I honor my mom for sure. I am because she is. And so I I honor both of my parents, honestly. So I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm an aunt. I have
Yes.
two nephews that are the light of my life. I love them to pieces. I'm a friend. I have quite a few really good girlfriends that hold me accountable and let me fall apart when I need to.
And help pick you back up.
And help pick me back up when I need to be picked back up. I am, I'm an entrepreneur, of course. Own multiple businesses. The main one that everybody knows me by is BrightGirl Media, but I own other businesses as well. I am, oh, goodness. I mean, it's so many different facets of who I am. I am 40.
Oh, whoa.
I'm 40. Look, it took me a while to like really embrace that thing. At first I was like, oh, 40.
Yes.
But I'm 40.
Well, welcome to the 40 Club. I turned 40 in March, and I was the same way. I was in denial. And then I said, you know what? It's got to happen. I'd rather see it than not,
right? It's only one way up out of here,
That's
okay?
right.
So I'm...
Well, happy belated birthday.
Thank you. Same to you. 80s baby. 82 babies at
82
that.
babies.
Come on, 82. That was a good year. I don't know. What else? I ain't a wife. I ain't a mama. Those are two things that I'm not. But you know what? I used to feel bad about that, especially coming into 40. Like, I ain't, you know. Those are the things that I thought by the time I was 25. Like, oh, I'm gonna be somebody's wife, and I'm gonna be, you know, having kids. And especially when I was younger, I really thought that because I was in a serious relationship up until I think I was 23, 22.
Okay.
So I really thought like, oh, by 25, we gonna have this thing rocking. So to look at 40 and not be a mom and not be married, it was kind of like, what the? Like, if I die tomorrow, who gonna take it?
Yes.
You know, I still got my mama as my emergency contact.
Yes. Your +1.
Yeah, my +1, all that stuff, right? But you know what? I'm leaning into it now, and I'm like, you know what? This is good.
Yeah.
Because I got a lot of friends that are married and that are kids, and that's all they complain about. So we'll take the bitter with the sweet.
Yes.
But anyway, I didn't mean to go down.
No, that's okay. You know what? Let's talk about that a little bit more, right? Because first of all, I love, you know, your different titles, your different roles. And, you know, as women, I like to say we wear a lot of tiaras, but you definitely wear a lot of hats, and you do it all so well. So let's talk about being 40, an entrepreneur, living in the big city of Dallas-Fort Worth. So what's that like? Because I know a lot of your listeners can relate.
Yeah, so that's a loaded question. To be perfectly honest, some days it's lonely. Because not everybody gets the entrepreneurial grind, right? They don't get the journey. They don't get the ups, the downs. I had to tell somebody, actually a couple people that I've dated over the years, if you're going to rock with me in this, you got to know it's going to be sometimes I'm going to fall all the way out. It's not you, it's me, it's this business, it's these clients, it's whatever. Like, if you can't be a strong backbone for me and stand there and let me fall all over the place and then pick me back up, then we probably don't need, this ain't going, so sometimes it is lonely. Of course, I just said I don't have an immediate family. I have my mom, my dad, my sister, stuff like that. But, so sometimes it is, but I have a strong community of friends and neighbors around me. And this past year has been phenomenal in getting to know a lot of new people. Cutting off some old people. That's been crazy. But it's all been good. And I really enjoy Dallas because it's always something to do.
Yes.
Like even if I'm just sitting there by myself and I'm like, oh goodness, I don't have nobody to go anywhere with. I'm not the friend that's going to sit there and wait for some friends to come with
Right.
me. I'm like, okay, let me take myself out on a date. Let me go to dinner. Let me go to the movies. Let me go to a concert. So it's all good. I mean, I love Dallas. To be honest, I've been thinking about leaving Dallas.
No.
Girl.
Where would you go?
So I really, really want to go to North Carolina.
Okay.
North Carolina or Virginia. So I used to live in Virginia. I went to college there. In the Mid-Atlantic region, the area is just so pretty. It's close to the water, and I just really enjoyed it over there. So that's my first thought. Other than that, maybe outside the country, honestly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So we'll catch the podcast, the
Yeah.
international podcast.
Yeah, because, America be American. so sometimes, I might need to get up out of here. I don't know. They be doing some stuff. So
Yes.
we'll see.
Well, that's good stuff. So what I'm hearing is, you're 40, entrepreneur, but you're making it work. Like, your story is your story, right? And I believe that a lot of listeners can relate to that. So as you're going through this journey, what words of advice would you give other women in your shoes?
Ooh, hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Like, for real, hold on. Because especially this year, this past season, I'm like the last 6 months was it was hell on ice skates. It wasn't even wheels. It was hell on hot ice skates at that. Like, I felt like I was on, I don't even know, like a flaming roller coaster most days.
Wow.
And like I said, I had my moments where I just fell out in the floor. I cried, I hollered, I threw stuff, I broke stuff. I mean, it was bad. And I remember I have a friend who's over 40 who was warning me a couple years ago. Like, man, when you turn 40, it all, like, the gloves come off. It's like, fuck it, I don't care. No, like all this stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. But I was like 30 something at the time. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Baby, when I feel like when I woke up on my birthday, like, I don't know what happened. I feel like a switch flipped. Wow. And it just completely shifted and changed. So my advice would be, hold on. Like, whatever is going on right now, up, down, whatever, seasons change, things change. You'll be growing in those processes. People grow around you. People change around you. Nothing stays the same. So just be ready for the roller coaster that's on fire, the hot ice skates, everything, whatever else analogy you want to put out there. But, just don't give up. Stay in the fight.
That's good.
Keep it moving.
So this is truly a new season for you. New decade, kicking off the podcast. So what has Chanelle excited right now?
Ooh. What has me excited?
What are you looking forward to?
Love.
Okay. Love. Okay.
Love. And not okay, let me back the truck.
Take your time. Take your time. That's a strong 4-letter word.
I know. When I say love, I'm not only speaking of romantic love. I'm speaking of love in friendships. I'm speaking of love in, platonic relationships. I'm speaking in love of self.
Yes.
So another thing that I gleaned this past season and this past year is just a greater appreciation and love for self and the people around me. Not taking people and things for granted, but truly, being appreciative and showing love, expressing love. Because people, they could be here today, gone tomorrow. Things change, whatever the case. And so I've been just really like on this journey of loving myself, doing some different things, exploring different things about me, and falling in love with myself. Like, I know that sounds so trite and cliche, but I am so serious. Like, I just really am enjoying me.
That's beautiful. And you're glowing. Like, that's a beautiful thing. Shout out to self-love for everybody out there listening.
Yeah, man. I mean, I look back now, and now I'm going to sound like an old lady, but, and I don't want to make the whole podcast about me being 40, because whatever. But I remember in my 20s, I was like super just insecure and trying to figure out who I was, just in ridiculous relationship. I mean, the most ridiculous thing that you could do in a relationship, I was like in it and doing it and smiling my way through it, right? Like fighting back the tears. Because I didn't fully know who I was. I wasn't fully, just hadn't come into myself. My 30s, I kind of started figuring it out, planting some roots, like, okay, I like this, I don't like that, whatever the case. But it's like now I'm still evolving, I'm still learning about myself, but I'm not learning about myself with the same restraints that I had on myself in my 30s. I think I went from one extreme to the next. From my 20s, I was wild as hell. I was just like, fuck it, I'm out here. Like, we in the streets. We doing it. Like, what we doing?
Buck, right?
Yeah, not if you buck. Did you watch Hunk? Hunk if you, what is it? Hunk for Jesus?
Listen, thank God I went to the $3 show.
Girl, I saw it on Peacock.
That was the best scene in the entire movie, by the way.
It was
the only best scene in the entire movie.
That's a whole.
Yeah, we could another podcast.
We could dissect that. But yeah, now just learning myself, and like I said, not having the restraint on myself that I had before. Like before, I felt like I had to do stuff a certain way, and A before B and B before C, and now I'm just like, you know what, if they don't like it, to hell with them. Like, I am really care deficient, and it's like, this is what it's gonna be. You're gonna like it, you're gonna hate it, you're gonna love it, whatever. I'm good with it. So
I love it. So as I think about BrightGirls in business, tell us a little bit about your business journey, because entrepreneur, and now in this new season, I hear you're back in the workplace. Yeah. Let's talk about that.
So, man, I did not see myself doing this. First of all, I didn't apply for the job.
Okay.
At all. They called me and was like, yeah, we saw your resume and we thought you would be good for this particular job, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, cool. Mm-hmm. So the job that I have, I didn't apply for.
Okay.
This last 6 months. I was a full-time entrepreneur. I've been a full-time entrepreneur for 3.5 years. Rocking, rolling, doing the things. Mm-hmm. And it was great. Like the pandemic, at first, coming into the pandemic, I was like, oh crap, like I lost like 3 contracts in a week because everybody was scared, nobody want to spend no more money and all of that. So I was like, oh goodness, this ain't gonna work. Then, that was about April. May or June, I got a huge contract with with a company overseas. So I was up like early late at night, early in the morning, talking to people in like Ireland.
All the languages.
All of the languages, all of the stuff, whatever. I ain't know what them people was talking about. I didn't, but I was doing it, right? I'm like, oh, I'm good. Then I got another contract in July of 2020. That was another substantial contract. So I'm like, what? Like, okay, let's go. Yes. Let's do it. Then come around this year, one of the contracts it went to hell in a handbasket.
Oh.
On skates, flaming, gas with no fire retardant suit. It was a fool and a half, okay? A fool and 2 halves, which makes another fool. So anyway, so that really like broke me. Because the contract that I had and the relationship that I had was someone that I considered a friend as well. Okay. We had been working together for some years. And it was somebody I respected, somebody I looked up to. We worked together on numerous things and all of that. And so when that went to hell in a handbasket, I broke. Like literally, I had a breakdown. And within 10 days, I felt like I had lost it. Like I fell out with a friend. I fell out with a guy. It was just bad. So I took, about 3 months and was really like literally laying on my couch, eating chocolate, crying, like trying to pray and being like, Lord, I don't know, hear my heart because I ain't got no words for you today, yes. But just listen to whatever you think my heart is saying right now. Help me. That was my prayer. Help me.
Wow.
Please.
Which is a powerful prayer, by the way.
It is. It's probably the most powerful thing. I was just like, help. Like SOS. I'm waving a white flag. I mean, like, I remember one weekend I like twisted my ankle. I got sick. I almost got a car accident. It was like,
Oh my.
it was like, when I say it was bad, it was bad. It was bad. But I thank God for sustaining me through it, because I look back, and when I got the offer for the job that I did not apply for, that was like 4 months into the whole situation. And I was looking at my bank accounts, and I was like, how did I make it? Like, how did I make it? And I still got the same amount of money that I started with in my bank account. Right? Like,
yes.
how did that happen? What happened here? I was still eating. I was still paying my rent, still paying my car note. Like, okay, all right. So what that taught me, and a lesson, going back to your previous question, it's just not to make idols out of anybody and anything, including my business, including relationships, whether it's, business relationships, friend relationships, romantic relationships. Just let stuff be what it is, and look to God. That's what that taught me. So now, going back into work, I thought it would be a lot harder, because it was kind of an ego blow. Like, oh, you got to go back to work. But I think about it, and God prepared me for this back in June of 2021.
Okay.
I was in Orlando, and with the contract, doing some work. And I remember being there, and I was like, God, I don't know if this is what I really want. Like, this ain't, like, it's good, the money, like, I got some money, but I don't know. And I remember clearly hearing, reimagine your life.
Wow. Say that again. That's
Reimagine your life. And I was like, okay, I wrote it in my journal. And I'm like, okay, God, reimagine my life. Like, what do that mean? What am I supposed to be doing? Like, you ain't giving me nothing tangible to hold on to. Like, tell me, give me the blueprint.
Give me the rest.
Child, he ain't never gonna give you the blueprint. He just gonna give you a whisper
Context
and then
clues.
send you on your way. Like, okay, there you go. Figure it out, girl. So the whole time, that just kept ringing in my spirit, and time kept going on, and I'm like, okay, God told me to reimagine my life. So I moved. I did a couple other little things, little shifts. But then when this whole thing came around and came full circle, I was like, yeah, he did tell me to reimagine. He told me to reimagine my life. So, yeah, it's just different. It's just different now. So, I mean, I'm excited to be back at work. I didn't think I was going to be able to say that, but I am. Like, I am.
So what are you doing? What are some of your responsibilities?
So I'm VP of marketing for a bank.
Okay.
Life cycle marketing.
Executive.
Yeah, girl. Yes. Got the officer title. I'm like, wait a minute, where that come from? Like, okay.
Double for your trouble, baby.
Hello. Like seriously, literally double what I lost. Wow. So I'm like,
abundance and overflow.
Hello. So, so what I do is I chart the journey of the customer. And so I'm mainly in a strategic role, watching how to acquire them, how to push them along their customer journey, and increase their lifetime value to the bank. Figuring out how to pull triggers at certain points when they may, be at the right time to buy a house or get some insurance or save for, a college fund or different things like that. So a lot of data processing, which is not even my thing. Like, I'm a creative. So now I'm leaning into another side of my brain, and it's actually kind of fun doing a lot of discovery and fact finding and stuff like that. But then, creating campaigns and all the stuff that I've been doing. All the stuff that I've been doing is just on a different scale. I have a team. I'm not doing all the things myself.
Nice.
So, I can actually put my laptop down and go home.
Yes.
So now I got a little room for a real life.
This is the reimagined life.
This is the come on, reimagine.
Reimagined life came with staff.
Hello.
an executive title,
Yes.
an executive paycheck.
Yes, ma'am.
And you still can touch lives
Uh-huh.
with your podcast and your other efforts.
And can. So I'm grateful for it. And I still have, some clients that I work with in my business, but they don't take that much of my energy, my effort, my time.
Yeah.
And anybody that I take on from here on, they just gotta know this is my life. This is what I'm doing. And you gotta pay.
fit.
Yeah, you gotta pay me.
Absolutely.
Look,
Your time is everything.
Yeah.
So you touched on a few things that I want to pull out. So we know that especially for Black women, especially women in the workplace, mental health is real.
Oh,
Real.
Ooh.
So as you were sharing your journey, I got glimpses of your mental health roller coaster. Do you mind just going a little bit deeper about the mental health aspect and any words of advice that you will have? I
Yes.
know there are tons of listeners who deal with it. I deal with it, right? Whether it's imposter syndrome, anxiety, stress, depression. Speak on that.
Yeah, all of that. All of that. All of that I've battled. And it is so, so, so important to have an anchor. And like I said, I thank God for my faith journey. But sometimes we lean a lot on, pray about it and go to church. And then, we want to shout it out and run around. And then tomorrow on Monday morning, we still falling to pieces. Yeah. And in my mental health journey that parallels my spiritual journey, right? Because it's all connected. It's all interconnected. I had to realize that it's okay to not be okay.
Yes.
And it's okay to be transparent about not being okay. So I spoke about my neighbors. If they look, neighbors, if y'all watching, y'all already know I love y'all. Them is my people.
Okay, neighbors.
Like when I say to my people, they're my people.
Yes.
So my advice is to have some people, like
Yes.
real people that not like, I got friends that I grew up with and all that, or, whatever.
Yeah.
That's great. And I'm not discounting them. But I mean some people that's going to let you be for real.
That's good.
And they're not going to judge you. And they're not going to, they're not going to hold something over your head, but they're going to check in with you. They're going to make sure you're good. They're going to take good care of you. And those are my people.
That's love.
So it's love for real. And I am grateful that that I do have these people around me, because they would come down, knock on my door. Oh, we ain't seeing you. Where you at? Or why you ain't coming out? You coming out with us?
Chocolate.
Whatever.
Yes.
Whatever the case. You need something to eat. You need, whatever I needed in that time, I allowed myself to be vulnerable to receive the help.
That's good. That's a key.
And that is key. When it was time and I said, okay, now I done journaled out, I done cried out, and I got to make some sense out of this. I found me a good girlfriend therapist.
Okay. Therapy is good.
And we have us a funky good old time in there. She from Chicago too.
Okay.
Come on.
Midwest,
Yes,
Chi-Town people
sister
representing.
girl. So, we have a good old time. She let me fall out too, and then she gets me right back gathered. Like, okay, now, so what we gonna do?
Yes.
And even out of that, Monday, this is way beyond. So this is something that I would speak to when I was saying before I had boundaries about things that I would do, and now I'm exploring things and whatever. So Monday I went and I was hypnotized. I went through hypnosis.
Wow.
And so I'm on a track to get a couple more sessions of hypnosis, because I realized, so we all have a gap between who we are and our full potential.
Yes.
All of us do. It's just who we are as humans. We won't realize our full potential until we in the stars or something. So, but it's certain blocks that I realized that I had mentally that wouldn't allow me to get beyond stuff. And I couldn't explain it. I'm like, wow, like I know mentally or like rationally what I should do. But something is like, it's like a wall was there. Like I can't I felt like I couldn't press past certain walls. And I know it's mental, subconscious things. And so that's why I did the hypnosis. Because they tap into your subconscious mind. It's really like being like half asleep.
Yeah.
It's not what you think and you see on TV
that sounds pretty
with
cool.
the clock, people dangling. No, it's none of that. But it's really like reprogramming your subconscious. And I realized that it's some stuff that happened to me as a child that caused a lot of these unnecessary fears that I have and mental blocks and things that won't allow me to maneuver in certain ways. So yeah, like when I say I'm loving on me, that's what I'm like. I am working on self because that's all I got to do. I can't control nobody else out here. It's me.
Yes, that's real. So I know we're wrapping up. And again, I am so honored to interview you on your podcast.
Yes.
So we got Chanelle. You're revamped, re-energized, like the Renaissance woman. Tell us, what can people expect for this podcast? The new Chanelle, you know, this bright girl Chanelle. What can everybody expect? Because I know God had you go through all of that to bring you right here.
Yeah.
Nothing is lost, nothing. So what can people expect?
Me.
Yes.
They can expect me being me. I feel like before, when I was doing my podcast and like doing content and stuff, it's funny because I was talking to my gynecologist about this today. Anyway, that's another sister girl. Shout out to Dr. Christy Walker. That's my homegirl. She probably actually watching. But anyway, we were talking about how social media makes people turn on one way and then turn off another. And it's hard to be in congruence with self because people see you. Like, you know, they might see me out and about shopping and then they're like, oh, you should be like this because I saw you on camera or whatever. So they do that. They've done that to her. And I was telling her, yeah, people have done that to me too. And it's like they have this expectation of who I am and blah, blah, blah. No. Who y'all, listen, who y'all see today is who y'all gonna see tomorrow at Stonebriar Mall, at the Legacy, whatever. It is what it is. I might cuss. I might say a couple things that y'all be like, oh, I can't believe. It is what it is.
You're you.
I'm me, and I have no cares in the world. At this point, I'm here to really tell the stories of other women, bring these stories forward, be transparent, be honest, be vulnerable. Because I think that so many times we do put on these airs, especially on social media. I see all these gurus and this and that. That's fine if that's for you, but let's be real. Let's be honest with these people and tell them what is really in this entrepreneur journey. It's not all glitz, glamour, fun, and, you know, foolishness. It's not. It's like, it's a real thing. And I want people to really be able to connect, grow, be inspired, and have fun. Like, let's have fun. What we doing if we ain't having no fun?
That's right. That's right. Well, listen, this has been fun. And what better way to kick off the stories that you're going to have of other people than to share your own. So, Chanelle, it's been a pleasure. It's been fun. It's been an honor.
Tiara.
Everybody out there listening, make sure you listen to this podcast over and over and over again. Invite other people, subscribe, and let's just get empowered, right? We have an entire lifetime ahead of us.
That's right.
So let's make it great.
And listen, she didn't know this. I'm putting her on the spot now. She interviewed me, but we're gonna bring her back because she got a story to tell too.
Wow.
So we just gotta, we gotta book some time and get you back in here, and we're gonna flip the script and we'll tell your story too.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do what we were brought into this world to do.
Absolutely. Thank you, Tiara.
Thank you.
Build a brand that grows your business. Let BrightGirl Media take the guesswork out of marketing your business. Our team is dedicated to helping you build a brand that is so powerful it woos your ideal clients. We offer custom website development, email marketing, social media marketing, and more. With membership subscriptions as low as $39 per month, we have solutions for every budget. Let's create a plan of action to make sure your business wins. Visit us at brightgirl.media to learn how we can empower you to reach your